i'r tutorial yma. Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Molly Palmer and I work at the Wales Millennium Centre at the heart of Cardiff Bay. I'm the station coordinator for Radio Platform, which is a youth-led radio station based at the centre. Today I am going to be doing a tutorial on how you guys at home can create a top-notch podcast using just your mobile phones. At the centre, we believe that at times like these, it's really important for us all to come together, virtually of course, to create content, and we're really excited to see what you guys come up with. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So let's just get straight into it. What are we going to need to create a podcast using our mobile phone? Well, firstly, you're going to need a phone or a handheld device equivalent to a mobile phone that has a built-in microphone and the capabilities to hold a recording. You can use a professional microphone if you have one, or the microphone on a pair of headphones or a pair of earphones, but you're going to need these anyway, as they're going to become handy later when you start your editing. So next up, in order to create our podcast, we are going to need some software that allows us to record our podcast. Just a warning, there's going to be a lot of downloading apps and programs in this tutorial, but it's easy, they're all free, and it's going to be worth it in the end when your podcast is tip-top. So the first app that we're going to download is called Podcast Studio by Spreaker. Spreaker spelled S-P-R-E-A-K-E-R. So it's like speaker, but with an R after the P. We're going to open the app, and when we get in there, there is a record button at the bottom. So we're going to press the red button, and we're just you get the option to go live or record. So press record. And as you talk, you should be able to see at the bottom where it says built-in mic, which is the built-in mic into your mobile phone. And it should come up as well when you plug in your headphones and you have your little speaker on your headphones, where you can see your levels. If your levels are in the red, you're peaking. If they're in the yellow, that's not great. And if you're in the green, that's good. But as long as they're not peaking, you should be fine. If you go into the effects, you can add sound effects, you can add clapping. It's really fun to have a play around with, so have a play around with. We're just going to finish it, so we're going to press the big red button at the top once, and then that means it's paused, which comes up on the top right hand side. Then we're going to press the little square next to the red button, and it says recording complete, great job. You can listen to your recording back if you want to, and then you press save to drafts, and then it should be saved to your drafts. If you find that neither of these methods are good for you, if you just go onto the App Store, whether you're using Apple or Android, there are plenty of free apps that you can download that will allow you to record your own podcast. It's all about just finding whichever one suits you. Personally, I really like the Podcast Studio by Spreaker. It's free, you can use the sound effects, and I just think it's a really great tool. So now that we have all of our snazzy apps downloaded, it is now time to decide what we want to create our podcast on. For this, I recommend you sit down and create a list or a spider diagram, or get it down on paper what you want to discuss. As you can imagine, it's a lot easier to discuss things that you're interested in, so get writing. Obviously, with social distancing and being in self-isolation or quarantine, it may be difficult to get people involved in your podcast. However, other people can do the same as you and send in your content, and you can edit it together later, which we will go over in a little bit. But it's always fun to make podcasts with other people because it's just natural. You know, people have conversations, people have debates, people ask questions. So maybe it would be worthwhile asking your friend to do the same, and it's a lot of fun. So now that we have created our absolute masterpiece of a podcast, it is time to edit it. So the software that we use at the radio station is called Audacity. We also use Adobe, however, personally I use Audacity as well because I find it easier to use and it's free. So if you go onto your browser and you download Audacity, you're ready to go. So this is what Audacity looks like. As you can see, I've already uploaded my file. But if you want to upload your file, you simply go to File, Import, and then press Audio. The easiest way to get your files over from your phone to yourself is through email. So if you just email your files to yourself, and then when you've imported it, it will end up looking like this. If you follow my mouse to the top, you can zoom in and you can zoom out. If you highlight some of the sound waves, you press space and it will play. And that way you can choose what you like. If you don't like something, you simply highlight it and you press the backspace. But if you made a mistake, that's no problem because you can always press undo. And yeah, it's really easy. I'm not going to go into editing too much on this tutorial, as our very own Link Davis is going to be creating a special tutorial on editing. So if that's something you're interested in, and if it's something you want to delve deeper into, I highly recommend that you keep your eyes peeled for that tutorial. And there we go, that brings us to the end of our tutorial. Hopefully when you've done all of this, you'll have a well-rounded podcast. I hope it was easy for you to understand. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Wales Millennium Centre or message Radio Platform via email or via social media platforms. And don't forget to show us your end products. We would love to see what you guys have been creating. In the meantime, from myself and everyone at the centre, please stay safe, please look after yourself, and happy podcasting! A dyna ni, mae hwn yn dod ni at diweddglo ein tutorial. Gobeithio bod chi gyd wedi joio. Os da chi eisiau dangos ni be chi wedi creu, jyst danfon draw at y Canolfan neu at y Radio Platfform. Yn y cyfamser, please cadw'n saff a diolch am wylio. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. It's at the Centre and at Radio Platform. Peidiwch ac anghofio I ddilyn ni ar ein cyfryngau cymdeithasol at y Canolfan neu at Radio Platform.